Supervisor was shocked when I said I want more per hour and not more hours. I work part-time, and regularly supervisors will ask employees to stay later that day if it's really busy, rather than just have them scheduled a full shift. Anyway, I'm the type where once the schedule is posted, I make plans around it. They can ask us to stay. I understand, but it's annoying being so short-staffed all the time. I was 125 the other day, and once I came in, they said they needed me and wanted me to be 128. I said I couldn't because I made plans about 10 days ago for dinner. The supervisor made that dramatic gross throat sound to voice displeasure, then said, "Don't you want more hours?" I said no. I can't stay if I already made plans. I'd rather have more per hour since I'm widely regarded as one of the best employees here. I ended up getting the shocked Pikachu face. I like to browse various subreddits, and sometimes I feel sick when people say things like they make okay money and it's like $80,000. I live in SoCal and make $22.50 per hour. Doesn't sound too bad, but the deductions eat up about $5 per hour. Federal taxes, state taxes, health insurance, measly 401k, disability, Social Security, Medicare, etc. It's ridiculous. So say my take-home is roughly $17 per hour at 35 hours per week. That's less than $31,000 take-home for every week of the year. WTF. Even with 40 hours per week, every week of the year, the take-home would be so low. What a rip-off. It's hard to just get a better job. Why the heck would anyone work these low-paying jobs then instead of going straight to $100,000? Life's hard, man. And to think I have coworkers with kids. IDK, what else to say except by the way. Of course the company I work for makes a fortune. I just hate how all the managers, supervisors want us to work to death over barely any money. It's tough. I lost my job when I had kids and was the only one with an income. I took a job at around $20 an hour. And I was watching CC debt start rising up. I won't deny I lost a lot of hope. But I've gotten lucky and I'm doing okay. I can't really give you advice, but I can at least wish you the best of luck moving upwards. Somewhere else. Anything in CA that pays under $30 shouldn't exist. This is what happens when massive companies care more about paying the top people a ton of money and increasing profits instead of paying the bottom people a decent and livable wage. In SoCal, that should be between $25 and $30 an hour. Because of how expensive everything in Cali is, I can guarantee that if all these companies paid their bottom people a good and livable wage, they may actually want to help out the company instead of just working there for a paycheck and trying to do the bare minimum. Federal taxes, state taxes, health insurance, measly 401k, disability, Social Security, Medicare, etc. It's ridiculous. If you think your basic contributions to a mostly functional society around you are bad, wait till you hear about the difference between what you make and how much revenue your work brings in for your boss. I have a friend who makes about $90 per hour. I know, a lot. And his job is like this. He didn't know until 3 p.m. yesterday if he'd be likely to get off on time for us to hang out last night. His schedule could be 9 a.m. 3 p.m. But then he's stuck working 9 a.m. 10 p.m. The only reason he puts up with it is because he's got a union and an unvested pension. And if he can suck it up for 25 years, another year and a half, then his pension will vest and they can't touch it if he quits. But he's so tired of it. As he was saying last night, what the hell's the point of having all this money if he literally can't spend it because he can't plan on getting to do anything? He hates where he lives, but doesn't have the time to look for somewhere else. He's been in his current place a year and hasn't had time to get furniture for his living room. By the time he gets off, everything's closed that would have furniture. And he's too tired on the weekends. He worked 5 days at 13 hours a day this week. A lot of salaried jobs are like this too. My husband's salaried, and it sucks that he can't take time off. Our idea of a getaway for the two of us is a hotel in town while out teen and her best friend stay at our house overnight, with best friend's parents' permission. Of course, I'm not going to say, boo-hoo, pity our life, since there's comfort in our housing reliably getting paid. But it just sucks that I can literally go 2 solid days without once laying eyes on my husband, who actually works from home. He'll just be stuck at his office, getting to takes when there aren't meetings. I saw him more when he was still working retail making $17 per hour. It's hard to just get a better job. Why the heck would anyone work these low-paying jobs then instead of going straight to $100,000? Quote, my friend and my husband are almost exactly the same age, and have been working almost exactly the same length of time. My friend started unskilled at his company and worked his way up over the years. My husband worked on developing tech skills, started at a low-paying job, and dedicated time over the years to building his skills, proving them where he was, then using that to literally get a better job for higher pay. He had to sacrifice a lot of personal time to do this. Right now, their pay is, my friend makes a bit more, I think. I have a good friend whose husband used to job hop, trying to get a better job, without any new skills to offer a new place. And it never helped. Always lateral moves because of it. He started taking cues from my husband. Where he was at one job, he'd learn new skills a step or two above his current position, prove the where he was, and then start applying to other places since he could put those skills on a resume. I'm damned proud of him. I've watched him go low-wage job to low-wage job to low-wage job, then do an about-face and go from low-wage cashier at Whole Foods to assistance manager at the headquarters store of a company you've all heard of by working on adding new skills he could offer. The next place, go from making $14 per hour to $32 per hour in about 10 years, which is much higher than inflation. The pay increase was sometimes just a couple dollars, but it added up. Your current place will often see the new skills you develop as something they're entitled to using. But to a new employer, they're skills they want and will pay you for. Moral of the story: either stay put for 25 years and work your way up where you are, or get a better job when you have new skills to add to a resume. There is no just about it. But the reality is, unless you drain yourself to go to college, which is no guarantee anyway, and unless you're the kid of someone who can pull strings for you, then these are your realistic options. I'm watching what my husband did still work. Why do you say you work part-time when you work 35 hours per week? Government intervention and unions are good with handling those problems. We all have standard deductions to pay. Why does everyone on here complain and then gripe about free healthcare? Where does you think that money comes from?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.